All right, I think we are recording. Good morning, everybody. So, good morning. A little bit, I'll have to apologize here, a little bit different tone for today's call, but I think an important conversation I'm excited about. So, first off, I missed you guys, and let's get started. So, I am here in Rosarito Beach, Mexico. So, which was not part of the plan, but just kind of how things ended up working out. And we found this pretty cool campsite. This is our campsite, and this is our beach. So, um, and there's another beautiful spot on the other side, which hopefully we'll get a chance to take you guys to. But I was thinking about the conversation to have today, and first of all, it's my birthday. So yay, happy birthday to me. And it's interesting. It's one of those things where another trip around the sun always causes some reflection, and what it is in life that's important. And it's been an amazing week, also been a challenging week. And I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about one of the lessons that I think is really important, and just share a little bit more about kind of my story and a little bit more about my journey here in through life and through network marketing. And it's one of those things. So for some of you guys that don't know, or maybe you're new to the family or new to the business, we want to welcome you to the team and welcome you to this community. And one of the things that I really love about what it is I think that we're doing here and building a business and building an organization. And my first build in network marketing, I was a part of a company, I think that, or at least a leadership team, I should say, maybe not so much a company, that almost made it seem like there was like this kind of don't ever let them see you sweat type of thing. And it was like leadership was, you were always on point, you were always, driving, and you're always doing the business. And that is, I think, an incredible lesson to learn for those that are allowing things in their lives a lot of times to take them out of the race in certain aspects. But I think one of the things that I love, and especially for those of you guys that have attended any of Tony Robbins' work, where he's like, look, this is not positive thinking. There are things in life that are going to be happening, and it's like going to the garden and saying there's no weeds, when it's like BS, there's weeds right there. And we need to pluck those suckers out, and because otherwise, if we're not paying attention, the weeds can overrun the garden. And being kind of standing guard at the door of our mind. But I want to share with you guys something that it was today. So I was thinking about, okay, what do I want to do today? What are we doing today? What's gonna be a part of today? And but anyway, I want to take you guys back here a little bit. So I grew up in California, up in the Sierra Nevadas, up in the kind of the middle of nowhere in the sticks. And then I kept making my way south. But one of the things that was such a big part of my life of getting into dance and getting into network marketing and building business was my mom, Michelle Savage. So my mom kept her last name, which her last name is Savage. And my mom and I are very close. We worked together in my first company, and coming to Seacret here a few years ago, my mom and I partnered up to build a business. And unfortunately, my mom, just right before we were going on our diamond destination, had an accident and fell off a ladder and hit the back of her head and ended up passing away, which was really unexpected for all of us. And it was obviously, it's been a sad day. It's been a sad year for most of us. And I talked to her in the morning or the previous afternoon, and I was flying that evening to LA to meet with her and her partner. And we were flying to Fiji all together for the diamond destination for Seacret. So it was hard for Seacret. It was hard for all of us. My mom was such an important part. She was kind of our biggest cheerleader, our biggest fan. She was pretty much most of our therapists inside of Seacret. And not just because she knew so much, and the lessons in life that she had, and how curious she was, and how intrigued she was by people and the things that she wanted to do. And and overcoming. And I'm excited to share more about her journey and her story and her life of where she came from. But I wanted to transition. My mom's, in her will, asked that we took her ashes to a place that she really loved, which was up in Davis Lake, in the kind of the mountains up near Mammoth Lakes, up above Bishop in California. And so last year on her birthday, we weren't able to do that. So we decided to celebrate it for this year. So me, myself, Daphne, and my brother Cole, who's 25 now, crazy, and her partner, who she was with for 9 years, who they're living together. We ended up taking her up. It was a backpacking trip. So, we had to pack up about 35 pounds, and it's about 10,000 feet, and it's about 5 miles, pretty much uphill. And regretting my COVID shape a little bit, but also it's a horse trail. So there's the horses are pounding on the trail. So it's like sand. So it's like sand at 10,000 feet on the beach, hiking uphill for 10 miles, 5 miles in. And anyway, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't that bad, actually. It was an incredibly beautiful hike in. And we had, unfortunately, I was looking at the temperature gauges for Bishop, and Bishop, the lows at night were getting into the, like low 50s, high 40s. I didn't realize that we were hiking in an area that was about 3,000 feet higher, and the elevation dropped and the temperature dropped to the low 30s. So we froze our asses off. I seriously, like, I'm still have aches, I think, and that was on, I think, Friday night. So it was bad. We were supposed to stay 2 nights. We were like, we can't do this again. So we had a celebration for her on her birthday, the 28th, and then we hiked out. And it was wonderful. It was therapeutic. It was cathartic. It was, for me, it was not so much of a release. I think I've had an opportunity to go through that over the last year, but more of a reconnection. But I came off of the trail and unfortunately was not feeling well. I don't know, maybe it was because we froze during the middle of the night, or all the hiking, or all that. I don't know. Or maybe it was just, the emotional release of a lot of different things. But I also want to talk to you guys about, I have had, since I was about 8 years old, my mom had them hereditarily, these really bad, what they call canker sores. And if you've ever had a canker sore, they're annoying. I don't know if you guys have ever had them, but geez Louise, they're such a pain in the butt. But I pretty much had them for, since I was about 6 or 7, they started coming up. And I've had usually about one, almost my whole life. So I've been operating my whole life at a small to a medium level of pain, pretty much my entire life growing up. And then when I get 3 or 4, and usually when you get them really bad, you get them on your tongue or under your tongue, or the worst are the ones that are like on the back of your throat or in your tonsil. But mine are like, they're pretty crazy. And I know right now all of you are thinking about, oh my God, he's in pain. Let me find a remedy for him. And I'm more than welcome to hear the remedy that you have. Just to let you guys know, between Eastern medicine and Western medicine, my mom and I have seen, and not exaggerating, well over 100 doctors, everything from magnet therapy to acupuncture to witch doctors to Ayurvedic to, you want to go, we've done a lot. Now, I'm not saying that we haven't found a cure for them, but the traditional means and methods haven't seemed to work for them, because I don't think they're traditional source from where they came from in our system and why they're generated. Anyway, the reason why I'm sharing with you is they kind of popped out, and I've been in an industry where I've hid this a lot. And what I would tell people a lot of the time is I was sick. And the reason why was because it was so painful to talk. Like right now, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably about a 4. They usually swell up in the evening, so it makes it really difficult to talk in the evenings. And so and one of the weird things that actually helps them is ice cold Coca-Cola, which is one of the weird things that you can get. I can numb them for about 4 or 5 minutes, enough to be able to eat, and which is cool because you can get Coke anywhere in the world, that's nice. But the reason why I'm sharing with all this stuff and more things of what we're dealing with is not the subject of today. The subject of today, and what I was thinking about, was waking up not feeling good, waking up, thinking about my mom, waking up, being in pain, thinking about last night, is I woke up with an intense feeling of gratitude.
Wow.
And I want to talk to you guys about that here today, because I think that is the gift that we get to have, is we get to choose how we experience life. And it doesn't mean that I don't have bad moments. It doesn't mean that I don't have pain that I'm experiencing now. It doesn't mean that I don't have loss. It doesn't mean that I don't have things that I miss. But I want you to take a moment here to do a little exercise with me, because I just did it this morning, and it definitely changed my state, which is a chance to do a walk down a little bit of memory lane, but kind of a what we call like a gratitude walk. And it's something that I might recommend that you can add into your mornings or add into your routine in your daily habits. So because that really, I believe, is the differentiator between life that happens to people. And so instead of life happening to me, life is happening for me. And that was something that it took me a while to really take on. It's like, look, we're all going to experience the whole bundle of life. And many of you that have more years inside of your life and have more wisdom inside of your life, you know that life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, that there is a lot of rain, and it comes with a lot. And there's a silver lining, and you can act, and there's this positive thinking. And I remember being naive enough in my early years to think, man, if I do enough personal development, I can avoid all the pain that I hear people talk about in their lives. Oh. And some of you guys are like, oh God, I know it. Yeah. You were a child. And I really was, but I want each and every one of you just to take a second here, is like when you slip into those states, or you're in those experiences, or you're going through those things here. And so I was thinking about what could I contribute today for my birthday? And it's really to talk about gratitude. And one of the things is because, suffering is very simple. Suffering is focusing on self. Anytime you're suffering, you're just focused on yourself. And sometimes it's hard to hear when you're in the suffering, because you're like, no, you're not. No, I'm not. But coming from a family that has dealt with a lot of depression, and coming from a family that has dealt with a lot of other mental issues, I know what it's like when somebody is in a situation where they are so wrapped up in self that they're forgetting to be grateful for what is here. And what's wrong is always available. It's always going to be here. But so is what's right, if you're looking for it. And so if you're really looking for what's right, or what's beautiful, or what's grateful. So let's just take a second here, and I want you to think about it. If you want to close your eyes, you can. If you're driving, probably not a good idea. But if you are stationary, if you want to, and just take a moment with me here, and let's talk about what I'm grateful for. If you want to write these things down, you're more than welcome to. But let's talk about kind of living each day in an attitude of gratitude. So real quick, I want you to just think about this, is what are you really grateful for today? Like, what are you really grateful for today? Think about it just for a quick second here. Just like nothing. If you had to be grateful for something, what would it be today? What would you be grateful for? Who are you grateful for? Who's somebody in your life that you are just so grateful for them being a part of your life? Who are you grateful for in your childhood when you were a kid? Who's one of the people who are you grateful for that you had an opportunity to be your teacher or your coach? Maybe it was your baseball teacher, or maybe it's your third grade teacher where she was just the best, right? Who are you grateful for? So what about somebody you don't know that you're grateful for? Who are you grateful for that's an artist that made that song? What is your favorite song? And you're like, man, I'm so grateful that that person made that song. Had that person not made that song, I mean, Jesse Springfield, Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl, I'm grateful he made that song. He made a good song for me. So who's the artist that you're so grateful for? What about that concert that you went to? You remember the concert? Remember the concert that you went to? Who could we be grateful for? What are the moments that you could be grateful for? What are the moments? I want you to think just for a quick second about what was the favorite place that you've been? Like, what's your favorite place? Okay. I want you to think about, where's the favorite place you've been that you could just, if you could take yourself back there real quick, if you can, close your eyes, and I want you to picture yourself back there. Maybe it's on a vacation trip somewhere. Maybe it's up in the mountains. Maybe it's spending time with that person that maybe you miss so much and you haven't thought of for a while. Who are you? Where can you be grateful for? Where's that special spot? Okay. When can you be grateful for? When would be a time in your life you're like, man, this was a great period? And I would just take yourself back there for a quick moment, right? Now I want you to think about the greatest sexual experience of your entire life and be grateful for that. Where was it? When did it happen? All right. And you're like, where are we going, Jess? Yeah, I mean, look, we got to be grateful for it all, right? So outside of that, let's be grateful for some things that we're not always grateful for. When was the last time you were grateful for your toes? Ooh. I want you to take a quick second here and let's just get into our bodies for a quick minute here. This one really has always been helpful for me. I want you to just wiggle your toes real quick. Wiggle your toes, wiggle them, wiggle them, wiggle them, wiggle them. See if you can wiggle them individually. I know it's tough. But when was the last time you were like, oh, I'm so grateful to have toes? The fact that I can, there are people out there that can't, people out there that don't have toes. I'm so grateful for my feet. My feet. So grateful for my legs, my ability, so grateful for my ability to walk. Grateful for my ability to be able to see. When was the last time you were grateful just for sight? How about being grateful for the ability to breathe? Right now I can smell the kind of fishy breeze coming in from the sea, and I'm grateful. When was the last time you were grateful for the roses that you get to smell? What is your favorite smell? Is it cinnamon? Is it pumpkin spice latte? What is something that you are just so grateful for? That what's the smell that every time, is it Cinnabon when you walk through the airport and you're like, oh, it smells so good, right? When was the last time you were grateful for the ability to taste? What's your favorite food? What if they never invented it? Can you imagine if they never invented your favorite food? My favorite food is watermelon. Oh my God. Fresh cut, like crisp watermelon. Like even for my birthday growing up, I didn't ask for cake. I would ask for watermelon for birthday cakes. So I'm going to go find some fresh cut watermelon today for sure here on the beach. What are you grateful for? Take a look. How many of you, when was the last time I want you to do me a quick favor and I want you to put your hand on your heart real quick. Put your hand on your heart. And I just want you to say, thank you, heart.
Thank you, heart.
Thank you, heart. Thank you for beating, I think it's like 15,000 times a day without me thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, whether when I'm mad, when I'm sad, when I'm angry, when I'm upset, when I don't feel good, when I'm sleeping, when I'm conscious, when I'm unconscious, you're doing your thing. And I'm really great. I'm grateful that I have this body that works even when I don't treat it well, mentally, physically, emotionally, even when I'm not nice to it, even when I'm, and you're here and taking care of me and doing your best. And when I'm here. And so, you can open your eyes now if you want here a little bit, if you want to. We got the sun coming out a little bit. Grateful for the sun. I mean, man, what could you be grateful for? You could be grateful for many things, man. It's so funny though, when you ask people when they're in a certain state or in a certain mood, what are you grateful for? Nothing. I'm not grateful for nothing. And it's like, okay. And I want you to recognize that's a choice. And what's amazing is that when you're sitting in an attitude of non-gratitude, there's a purpose for it. There's a payoff. And I want you to be careful, because if you are choosing to be in a state, there's a reason. There's a payoff. There's some kind of avoidance or responsibility or whatever it is. And now, am I saying that every moment you're going to live in this blissful state? No, but I bet you could get into a few more of them. And, I've gone through kind of a whirlwind of emotions here over the last couple of weeks. But one of the things I can tell you that I am woke up today is how grateful I am for Seacret. And man, how grateful I am for Isaac Ben Shabbat and his family. How grateful I am that they have put so much time and energy. I'm grateful that for the Dead Sea. I'm grateful for the company that put in 20 years. I'm grateful for their Friday night dinners. I'm grateful for the Jewish connection and faith that they have. I'm grateful for David and Zava for everything that they did for our community and continue to do. So I was thinking about the past, but I was also thinking about the future. And one of the things I'm so grateful for, and they're up here on Zoom on your phone. You can't have everybody up here. So I wish I could see all of you guys, but I see 3 of you. And so, and I am so grateful to you, Ruth, for what you have brought here to Seacret, and Trish. I am so grateful for, I had a conversation with a couple of people just yesterday in Los Angeles, and I was talking to them about what's happening, and they were asking me what's happening in the world of Seacret. And I was telling them about, we're opening these new countries, and we're opening this online and Amazon. And I was talking about some of our partnerships. I was talking about the growth and this, but I was like, but the thing I'm the most excited about is having new tools and new strategies for people to be able to win in 2020 in these times. And I can tell you, I met these women, and one of them I've known for a while, but I met this woman, and this partnership and this team and what they have done, and they've transformed it. And I just like, it's so easy for me to talk and share about it because of not what I know it's going to do for me, but what it's going to do for everybody. And so I'm just so grateful for you guys. So today's conversation, today's lesson for me is to experience it all. Life is not happening for you. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. I'm not saying that you're going to like everything that life dishes out to you. And I know when you're a lot of times in the moment of everything that you're experiencing, sometimes it's hard to find the lesson. And that's one of the things that I've always prayed for is let it mean something. Don't let the pain mean nothing. Don't let
Right.
the struggle be pointless. Let it be something. Let it be something that maybe will allow me to make an impact on someone else's life, or be able to be there more for somebody. Just don't let it be nothing. And I don't believe that it is. I believe that the things that we're going through, the things we're experiencing are designed in some capacity for us. Now, I don't know what you believe in. I'm not asking you to believe in anything differently. And this isn't a conversation about God or religion or anything of that nature. This is just a conversation about gratitude. So I hope today that you decide to be incredibly grateful. And in those times where you're just like, man, the overwhelm is kicking in, or the fear is kicking in, or the pain is kicking in, or the suffering is kicking in. When the suffering is kicking in, just say, hey, Jesse said that suffering is focusing on self. Okay, great. Let me step out of myself for a quick second, and let me get into what am I grateful for? And I can get out of my head and get into my body and get into my heart and get into the people out there that I am grateful for and the things that they've done for me in my life. So I am grateful for each and every one of you. And if you wouldn't mind, I think one of the things that would fill me up on my birthday, if you feel inclined, is to share some of the things that you're grateful for. Those are the things that fill me up and make me excited. And I have, I stayed Sunday night at my mom's house, and her desk and her notes and everything are still there. And and it just reminded me of this, because it was like, I walk with the spirit of gratitude, is a handwritten note that she has right above her desk. And so if you have something that you're grateful for, share it with me. And don't make it about me. Please don't make it about me. I'm not looking for it to be about me, but if you want to share it on my Facebook, or you want to share it inside of this group, or you want to share it in the chat box right here, or maybe send me a message on Facebook. What is it in your life that you're grateful for? And let's bring those things more to light, because I think right now the world for sure needs a lot more light, because it's got a lot of dark going on out there. And I think that if we continue to shine the light, into the darkest places, the darkness will eventually go away. So I'll look forward to seeing you guys on calls here over the course of this week. And let's go out there and make it a great, 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 great week. So Tuesday. Oh, by the way, September 1st, Red Line. Just kidding. BioShield Complex. We're not supposed to call it the Red Line. They don't like that because they're like, it's BioShield. I'm like, okay, guys. So the BioShield is available for customers today, which is awesome. Grateful for that as well. So let's go out and make it a great day. Jesse Mack signing off from Rosarita Beach. I will see you guys soon. Bye.